So we've got our two trades. Of course, you guys know I would be looking for a short-term move before the bigger term move on indices. Gold has moved up exponentially well. Beautiful trade. Only caught a baby small amount of it. If you made profits, please post them on all the Discords and the groups or the chats. And then if you have questions, put them in the chat. So something I want to answer, then hopefully turn into a short or a clip, is how to place these pending orders. The first thing I'm going to say is if we're using this literally at face value, it's not that hard. Now, because we're on a paper trading account, we're gonna have to refresh between every time I do this, which that kind of stinks a lot, but it is what it is, so we're gonna do it. Now we're refreshed. Okay. We're on the 30-minute, we're on YM. Okay. I can decide how much I want to risk on this account. So let's say I'm willing to risk $1,000. That's still not even enough as I'm on the 30-minute. Oh, one contract. So all that's telling me is if I use the whole amount as a stop loss, okay, then that's what the contract size I'm going to be using. But all I would need to do is come up here slightly above this green line. So never on it. Okay, we don't want to get wicked or ticked in. And again, I don't trade on Tradingview, so that's another thing too. But I would be putting my buy stop because I'd be buying and it didn't appear yet. So I'm going to have to save it again, refresh, and now it should appear there. And I don't know why that is. It's only happening really with paper trading accounts, but it always does that. So now if price comes up to this point and even taps it, I'm going to be in the buy. Because this is paper trading, I can use my stop loss like this, okay, or whatever. But if you're on an actual account from a prop firm, that feature isn't there. If you're trading your own live money, that feature is there. Okay, if you're trading on your AMP account, you can actually do that. So that's kind of cool, right? I do want to delete that before we end up with a problem though. Well, actually, I'm going to leave that all the way up here to show you. That's where I'd be putting my take profit. My stop loss, anybody know why I have to refresh every time if I'm on paper trading? Buy is playing out really well, that little scalp buy. Okay, my stop loss, I can decide I'm going to put it at that 50% mark. A little bit less than a 2-to-1, right? That's an option. And remember, this is only going to activate once price gets up here. This is not existent unless price gets up here. So this is not here yet, which is kind of cool. Again, that's not going to work that way if you're trading on a prop firm. So that's irrelevant information at this point. But for the most part, most of us are using our stop loss on the other side of the range. Okay. That's how we're doing it. I'm going to go ahead and delete this. God, I hate that. But does everybody see how you're placing that pending order? Now, I'm not saying that's the best way to do it. I'm saying that does solve, especially if you're on a bigger time frame, so not the 1 minute or the 2 minute. It's definitely not a bad way to be. Remember, you're going to want to set it at least a little bit outside of that green line, not exactly on that green line for sure. And that's it. You could, of course, decide I'm only going to go for 50% of that target. You could decide all kinds of stuff. Ultimately, it's going to be up to you. Once you're in profit, you can say, hey, I'm going to drag my stop loss up and I'm going to let this, keep going and drag your take profit up. But the options are endless. Sadly, I have to refresh again, and I hate Tradingview. I'll also say again, I don't trade on Tradingview. There's a lag in fill of prices. And if you're trying to do stuff on a bigger scale, especially if you're trying to trade minis or you're trying to trade in a particular way, I don't think it's the best place to be. And then it's not just my expert opinion, it's quite a few other people's expert opinions.